Hey guys, it's Tammy. Welcome to my channel. It is time for the July perfume recap. What did I wear most in the month of July? I have so many perfumes sitting out here that I don't think I'm going to have the chance to talk about all of them probably. I'm going to try to fit in as many as I can, and I might just rush through them a little bit. I won't give any detailed reviews. I'll just give you the quickest summary of what these smell like to me and how my experience was with them. It is hot today, you guys. And so I'm going to talk about one of my favorite layering combos that kept me feeling cool this July. So it almost always would start out with my Bergamot and Hinoki lotion from Salt & Stone. I love this stuff. Not only do I adore the smell, but this is the perfect amount of moisturization for me. It is not so thick and oily that it makes you feel heavy. It's light, but still very, very moisturizing. I absolutely love this lotion. It's perfect for summer. And I usually layer it with the Bergamot and Hinoki body spray as well. It's so fresh. It's citrusy, but it's mostly woody and clean. Oh, it is so lovely. This is perfection to me. And mostly I layered it with Neroli woods for a perfume. This is my new Banana Republic purchase. This is just a lovely, fresh Neroli scent. Reminds me a lot of Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. Just a soapy, citrusy, clean, green type of scent. Also, I tended to layer with a little bit of either Dead Cool Milk or Dead Cool Extra Milk just to make myself feel extra soapy and musky. These are like a sparkling, clean type of musk. They're not powdery, they're fresh and crisp and clean. And of course, underneath all that, I have my Bergamot and Hinoki deodorant. So this, I just honestly felt like a citrusy, fresh, clean breeze. I felt like everywhere I went, I was cooling everyone down as I walked by them, like refreshing them. I just felt like, I literally felt like a cool, citrusy breeze. Now, sometimes I would layer with a little bit of a Girl in Capri by Lanvin, and this is more like a watery, woody, lemon popsicle. So the lemon popsicle with the stick and frost on the outside of the lemon popsicle, just so pretty and refreshing. And sometimes instead I would layer with Versace Versens, which is similar to a Girl in Capri in some ways, but to me, it's almost a little bit more lime centered and a little bit more floral. Whether those notes are in here, I couldn't say, but that's what it reminds me of. So I use this layering combo or some variation of these combos mixed together quite a few times in the month of July. And I remember now that I also layered with Gioia Has a Gun, Not a Perfume, just to add a little bit more of a cozy woody scent to it. And sometimes I would add in a few splashes of my new Glossier body mist in the scent Orange Blossom and Neroli. This is a beautiful Orange Blossom and Neroli scent, and that's basically what you're getting. Citrusy, soapy, fresh, clean. This is not long lasting, but it is very refreshing. Nice to spray on right out of the shower. And a couple more very fresh ones that I wore this month were new to me. One was Acqua di Gioia by Giorgio Armani. It's not a new fragrance, but it is new to me. I just love the way that the lemon and the mint and the florals, I think there's jasmine, there's cedar, there's brown sugar in here, and that makes it smell a little bit of a sweeter lemon. It does give me the vibe almost more of an orange scent. So I really enjoyed this new pickup, and I also purchased Britney Spears Curious and started wearing this for the first time in my life. I know this came out a long time ago, but I was not into perfumes back when this came out. Even though this is super floral, the standout florals in here are more watery and light, like magnolia and lotus, and there's a really fresh, bright, crispy, juicy pear in this. So it really is floral, but it's really nice for summer. I've already been enjoying this a lot. Gucci Bamboo, I just wore the other day. Someone was coming over, and if you want to smell likable and lovable and fresh and clean and non-offensive, Gucci Bamboo is the way to go. This is, it's soapy and clean, but it is a creamy, sweet type of sandalwood. It has some vanilla and sweeter notes in it, but yet it still stays fresh. So you can wear this on a hot summer day, no problem. I love this. And another one that's sort of similar to this, a little bit more fruity and sweet and floral, and that is Elizabeth Arden Mediterranean. This is such an affordable one. It's older, I know. I do like to wear these older ones because I haven't been into perfumes very long, so I want to take time to appreciate the older ones that I missed out on while I was not into this hobby. Oh, this has peach and pear, sandalwood, amber. This is another one that's sweet and fruity and floral and woody, but yet still stays fresh. This is a really big compliment getter. I wasn't really around anyone the day I wore this, so I didn't get any compliments, and I am getting down there on this, and I do have a backup of it. I wouldn't say this is a safe blind buy in the sense that I have had one of my subscribers once buy it and they said they didn't love it. I absolutely love it. And a lot of people that have come and smelled my perfumes love this one. The reason it would be a safe blind buy is because it's like 12 bucks. So, you know, Elizabeth Arden Mediterranean, worth a try for sure. Another new pickup that I recently wore, and this was very refreshing and fun to wear, and this is Anna Abiyedh Coral by Lattafa. This is basically a watermelon scent. Oh, it smells like watermelon sour candy, but it's not sour. Watermelon sour candy is one of my favorites because it's not sour. I mean, the sugar on the outside is a little bit sour, and this does have a little hint of tartness from the peach that's in it. But generally, I just get the most refreshing, happy watermelon scent. I did a little community post because the day that I wore this, we went out for lobster rolls down at the restaurant where my son works. It's an outdoor restaurant. And also we went down to the new clubhouse at the golf course. There's a microbrewery there now. It's brand new. And they had a seltzer of the day, and it was watermelon strawberry, but mostly I just got watermelon from it. And it was there was a beautiful breeze. We had an umbrella for some shade. It was a perfect day. This could not have been any better. I loved wearing this. I was really happy to have this one. While I'm on the subject of fruity scents, I just want to mention my scent of the day today, which is Bon Bon Pop by the House of Oud. This is a peach scent, and it is a pretty outdoorsy peach to me. It very much smells like peach, that's for sure. But I do get a hint of that patchouli in there. Not in an earthy way, like it doesn't smell like mud, but it smells like the outdoors to me. I think this also has brown sugar and woods. It's just a wonderful combo, and I have enjoyed wearing this today. I went out to get groceries just a little bit ago, and I could smell this on myself, and I love this one. This was the winter of Peach Week in January, and happy to have this one. Now, sticking with fruity scents, I also wore Mula Mula by Byron Perfumes. And this also has peach, but whereas Bon Bon Pop had white peach, so it was a little bit lighter, this is just peach. And this has a lot of berries as well, strawberry, raspberry. And instead of brown sugar like Bon Bon Pop, this has caramel. So there's more richness and thickness. And there's also patchouli in here like there is in Bon Bon Pop, but this also has oud and vanilla and labdanum and thicker, heavier, sweeter scent. So this is really rich and sweet, but the berries and caramel is mostly what I'm getting, and it is such a delectable scent to wear. It really brings me a lot of joy. I wore this, my husband and I went out for a coffee date on Saturday. I wore this and loved it. And later that day, I went out to a little supper date with my cousin at the same restaurant where my son works, wanted lobster rolls again. And instead of spraying more Mula Mula, I actually put on Vanilla Vibes by Juliet Has a Gun. And it was perfect because we were sitting outdoor, there was a breeze, it wasn't overwhelming, because this is pretty strong for a summer scent. It feels summery to me because it has that salt ocean air feeling, but with a gorgeous vanilla. But it can be strong and it can be a little bit overwhelming. But that night it was sunny and hot, but there was such a beautiful breeze. This was actually perfect. Love this. I also wore Deck of Scarlet Maximalist. This should come as no surprise if you've been here a while. This is one of my favorite fragrances, and nonstop compliments with this one. And it has pear and pineapple and green apple, so it's very fruity, but I get a lot of the vanilla in here and the patchouli and the cedarwood. I don't know, somehow the combination comes across smelling as fresh as a pine tree, like you just crumbled up pine needles in your hand. It has that type of freshness. I really mostly get pineapple, vanilla, and pine tree. I mean, not pine tree. This also has suede, which I always forget, and I don't know that I necessarily pick up on suede. But there will come a month where I probably won't mention this, but I will have worn it anyway. But I just feel like I'm probably talking about it too much. Deca Scarlet Maximalist. Just the other day, I wore Guess Dare. This is one I've had for quite a while. This is an older one. It came out in 2014. And this has a note of kumquat. And there's a lot of interesting notes. Like, I think there's cactus or cactus flower, pear blossom. Okay, kumquat, pear blossom, lemon blossom, cactus flower, jasmine, rose, musk, woody notes, and coconut. It's mostly musky to me, but it's a fruity musk. It's very pillowy and bouncy. Sometimes I wonder, should I declutter this? Because I've had it quite a while and I don't wear it a lot, but I wore it the other day and I was really glad that I had this one. Very nice. I wore Trussardi Donna this month. She is a beauty. It's mostly lemon to me, but it's lemon surrounded with woodiness and florals. The jasmine is so pretty in here. It's very soft and creamy. There's vanilla. It's like a creamy lemon scent to me. And I wore this on a day that I had heard someone else speaking about this on YouTube. It's really hard for me to hear someone talking about this without running to spray it on. It is so good. But the scent that I had sprayed on earlier that day was Sparkling Joe by Wilhelm Perfumery. And I'm just getting to know this one, but this is quite interesting. There's champagne, and I think that there's pear and bergamot. It's citrusy and musky. It's a little bit unusual. There's ambroxan and ambrette and ambergris, and so I'm getting a lot of like muskiness. It's a very thick musk, but it also has a little bit of sparkliness from the champagne, and then brightness from ginger, a little bit herbaceous. It has juniper, I think. So I'm just getting to know this one, but so far I'm enjoying it, and it layered well with Trussardi Donna too. Okay, I'm getting there. I still might not be able to cover all of them, but I'm gonna keep going for a minute. I'm gonna go to my bedtime fragrances. I wore Eladaria by Creed a lot, and this is a beautifully strong pink rose. But it also, when you're wearing it on your skin, you get the sensation of like sugar cookies baking in the oven. It's that sort of sweetness. And I was craving this for bed the first week of July. Could not stop wearing this one to bed. And then I switched to L'Eau Papier by Diptyque, and this is a very powdery, musky, your skin but better, clean laundry. It's woody, it's a little bit floral, mostly musky. And I love musky scents, so I really enjoyed wearing L'Eau Papier. I also wore Calvin Klein Sheer Beauty for bedtime a couple of nights, and this is sort of like a peach Bellini with peony. I do get some of the musk and the sandalwood and the vanilla, but mostly to me, it's fruity. I get the Bellini, I get the berries. I can even get the bergamot. It's fresh and fruity and really pretty. Last night after my shower, I actually wore my Missing Person body oil. You guys, this is oily. This is oily. Oh, it smells so good. I do love the smell. I'm someone who showers at night, and so this almost doesn't have time to absorb into my skin before bedtime. So I actually did last night because I had some things to do before bed, but it's really oily. You want to make sure that you have time for it to absorb. But if you love the smell of Missing Person, this is good. It's a really floral, your skin but better, cozy, warm, sweet musk. Oh shoot, I forgot to bring down, I did wear Ocean Pacific Summer Breeze. That is a pretty pineapple scent. It smells to me like straight up pineapple, but elevated, not just like rubbing pineapple juice on yourself, but like it's such a pineapple forward scent. I love that. I did not bring that downstairs. I'll insert a clip of it because it's a really pretty bottle. So I love that one. I'm running out of time because I have a busy day ahead, but I will just quickly tell you about a couple of decants that I wore. Tardis by Carner Barcelona. I really enjoyed that because we have had some cooler and foggier weather in July. And another day I wore Sun Bleached by Une Nuit Nomade, and I think I said in my last month's recap that this made me feel radiant, and that is sort of how it made me feel again this month. It's very powdery, it's a laundry type of scent, but it just makes me feel like I'm glowing. I love this one. I also wore NDA by Forever Mood. I just happened to go into my daughter's old bedroom, and this was sitting in there, and I believe my friend Kathy had sent this to me. If you're watching, Kathy, this was a hit. My husband went wild over this. I sprayed it on again before bed. But this is a very sweet designery type of scent to me, but there's something so good in it. I think it has tobacco, amber maybe. I gotta quickly look this up. Rum, tonka bean, and tobacco. Oh my gosh, this is good. This is really good. I'm really happy to have this decant, and I'm definitely gonna be wearing this again. And for some of the foggier, cooler days, one time I wore Al Contrario by Tiziana Terenzi, and oh my gosh, this smells like a dessert, like a nutty chocolatey dessert to me. And I even layered it with Navitus Lost in a Dream. And this is another dessert-like, but more lactonic, creamy, sweet, nutty type of smell. And along those same lines, I also wore This Is Her by Zadig and Voltaire. I know this is more of a fall and winter type scent, but I wore this. This is one of the perfumes I can include in a video. My friend Chelsea from Perfume on the Porch just did a video. Perfumes I used to hate, but now I love. This would be in that category because there was something so weird about this. I could never get on board with it. And now I love it so much. This has jasmine and vanilla and chestnut and sandalwood. It's definitely a sandalwood scent, but I get a lot of the chestnut. It's a sweeter type of chestnut. It's chestnut and vanilla combined, so it's really sweet. And I actually really enjoyed wearing this one. Okay, I have got to move on to our note of the month. And the note of the month for July is orange, or any variation of orange, anything in the orange family, whether it's a navel orange, a mandarin, a clementine. Yes, I bought these for my video, and I even thought maybe I might like open them and smell them and compare them, but I'm really, oh my God, I'm running out of time. It's almost 4 o'clock and I have to make supper. My husband has golf tonight, and so I have to get supper ready early. This would make a good thumbnail. Here are all my samples. I'm dropping them. There's so many. Oh my God, I think I'll do barbecued hamburgers instead of shepherd's pie. Then I can film for longer. Barbecued hamburgers would be so quick and easy. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that instead of shepherd's pie. Okay, so I have a little more time to film than I thought. So not every month is gonna have a note that is my favorite note. And orange is not one of my favorite notes in perfume. I don't mind it, but it's not one that I gravitate to. It's not one that I absolutely love. And even after Orange Month, I still don't love the note of orange, but I do like it. And I did enjoy testing these and seeing the little differences between them. What made me actually choose the note of orange was that I noticed a couple of samples that I wish I had tested during Lemon Week in June. And I'm like, shoot, I should have tested them. I looked them up and they both had orange in them. And I'm like, I'm gonna do Orange Week. The first one is Blanc Polychrome by Atelier des Ors. And when I reviewed this house, I went wild and crazy over this scent. Not that it's my favorite scent in the world, but I was fascinated by it. I found it absolutely unique, unlike anything I have ever smelled. It's like an electrified sort of lemon lime citrusy popsicle with the wood of the popsicle. But you guys, my sample is pretty much dried up. I didn't have enough to do a wear test. So it smells amazing. It's like an electrified freshie to me. It's fresh to another level of freshness. I feel like I need to get another decant of this. It's probably not something I would buy a full bottle of because I would probably never wear the whole thing just because it's not my favorite scent profile. I do enjoy it and I would wear it, but not often. The other one I wish I had tested during Lemon Week, but has orange, also is Acqua Universalis by MFK. And you guys, when I dabbed this on the back of my hand, I was like, oh no, I need this. Uh-oh, I need it. It's such a beautiful laundry fresh scent with just a hint of citrus. You can tell I like laundry fresh, musky, powdery, clean scents. Probably my favorite scent category. Oh, it's a very sweet type of citrus laundry powder sort of scent. And I kept on wanting to dab this on almost every day. About the third or fourth day, I was realizing, okay, I don't think I need this because it is just sort of a laundry fresh, clean scent. And I have a lot of those already. But when I first dabbed that on that first day, I was like, oh no, I was blown away. I was like, I need this. Maybe someday I will have a full bottle of it. As my collection evolves and I declutter ones that I don't use a lot, and maybe I would add this in. But it's not the winner of Orange Week. And neither Blanc Polychrome nor Acqua Universalis really lean orange to me. And for the winner of Orange Week, I want something that really smells orangey, you know? So Ex Nihilo Blue Talisman. I do get quite a bit of orange in this one in the opening. It's definitely citrus and it's sort of sparkly. It gives me gin and tonic vibes. I get the mandarin and sort of zesty type of gingery scent. And I remember when I first tested this, I liked it, but it didn't impress me. I didn't think it was crazy good. Now this time when I tried it, I instantly got that Akigala wood and the Georgie wood, whatever it is, coming out. And it was a weird type of wood to my nose. Like it was giving it a very, I don't know, woody in a very overpowering way to me. In the end, after it dried down, I was getting sort of a 7-Up Sprite citrusy pop type of vibe, soda or whatever you call it, with a lot of woodiness. And it's just that the woodiness in here didn't really agree with my nose for some reason, but I do like it. I still do like it. It is nice. So moving on, a couple of Ellis Brooklyn scents. One is West and one is Sci-Fi. Now West is very, very orangey to me, and I had a picture come to my mind of I once saw Martha Stewart cut an orange and she took a knife and she peeled the skin down all the way around and she was left with just the orange. But then in between each white divider of the orange, she took a knife and cut each one. I was picturing that while I was smelling Ellis Brooklyn West. It was really orangey, but it was very also sparkling and almost champagne-like. I don't know if there's any champagne in it. So this has a lot to it. It's not just orange, but that is the picture that came to mind while I was smelling it, is those little orange segments that were just so juicy. The thing is, I believe this is discontinued, and you would not believe how many of these orange scents are discontinued. So a lot of these that may have been the winner of Orange Week are not going to be the winner, because I want to be able to put the winner of Orange Week on my wish list and be able to find it and purchase it. This is a happy scent and sophisticated. I did see it on Amazon for a crazy price. You know, you may be able to find it, but I was really sad that so many of these orange scents were discontinued, but I still think it's fun to compare them. And then came Ellis Brooklyn Sci-Fi, and I've always really loved this one. I read that this is also discontinued. However, it's still on Sephora Canada. This scent always has reminded me of redheads and freckles and gingham and picnics. I don't know why. I don't know. And it reminds me of orange blossom, even though there's no orange blossom. This one actually has bitter orange, and there's tea, and there's freesia, vanilla bean, cashmere wood. It has it has a nice balance of notes in it. And it reminds me of not the strawberry shortcake doll, but there was the lemon girl. What was her name? Like lemon meringue or lemon custard or something like that. It reminds me of that. This does sort of give me creamsicle vibes. Anyway, this reminds me of summer and picnics and freckles and a tan, and I love sci-fi. This was definitely a contender for the winner of Orange Week. I dug into my Atelier Cologne Discovery set, and both of these orange scents are also discontinued. This Orange Sanguine, and this one I didn't care for. It's a little bit too much on the bitter, pithy, orange peel, orange rind type of vibe. The opening was like bright and very like orange zesty. That is not my favorite way orange is done. I like orange to be a little bit sweeter, not just that bitter side of it. Clementine, California was so pretty. And I was so sad that this is discontinued too, because this is a really sweet orange, sweet and light and gentle orange with florals. This was so pretty to me. And it actually has clementine and mandarin orange both in it. I have Mancera Sicily, and this is definitely a citrus scent. This was not my favorite. I've always kind of liked it. This has mandarin orange, but it also has grapefruit, peach, pineapple, bergamot, apple, a lot of fruity notes. But I think it must be the violet in here that's giving me a little bit of a cloudy feeling. It just feels a little bit muffled or muted. And the orange note does last in here, but it goes more of an orange product. And I can't figure out whether it reminds me more of orange chapstick, orange flavored immune boosting vitamin C drinks that you put the powder in and stir it up like NRC. There's a crystallized, almost powderiness to it. And in the end, it reminded me of orange Tic Tacs, which I love. I would just eat those by the handful. I love orange Tic Tacs, but that's what it reminds me of. So it's not that I don't like it, it's just that it's not one that I would tend to want to wear. Moving on to Tangerine Boy by Fleur. Now that is an orange scent, and it is very strong and very concentrated. It reminds me almost of orange jello, like that intense orange scented sweet flavor. But as it wore, it reminded me of those Body Shop glycerin soaps in the Satsuma scent. But when I wore it to bed one night, my son came upstairs to say goodnight. He had been out of the house all day, and he came up to say goodnight, and he said, "Man, it smells like Bath and Body Works up here." I was like, "Oh, okay, wow." And then when my husband came up, I'm like, "Do you smell my perfume?" He said, "No." And he didn't smell anything. So I don't know what it was, why my son picked it up, my husband didn't, but I liked it. But that realistic, very, very orangey scent isn't necessarily what I like. I need to have balance with any fragrance. And when it comes to orangey scents, I'm noticing I love to have florals with it, and I love to have woods with it. Not that there aren't a ton of notes in Tangerine Boy. There's black pepper, lemon, ginger, apple, jasmine, amber, moss, as well as the tangerine. But to me, I was just getting a very clear and bright, strong orange scent. Very nice. If that's what you're looking for, I highly recommend Tangerine Boy. Another one that I wore to bed that was an intense orange scent, but this was even more intense. And this smelled more like blood orange to me. Let me look up and see if it does have blood orange. Nope, this has clementine, but if I had to guess, I would guess blood orange. This is intense. This is a concentrated, fresh orange smell. I remember when I first sprayed this, when I got this Discovery set. By the way, this is Red Dakota by Dead Cool. And when I first got the Discovery set and sprayed this for the very first time, my eyes popped out of my head. I don't know what I was expecting, but I have never smelled anything that concentrated. It's so interesting. It's fascinating. I feel like this is sort of on the same level as Blanc Polychrome. Totally different smell. But where this is like an electrifying, bright, fresh scent, this is electrifyingly orange blood orange, just dripping in orange juice. Again, very interesting, but not the kind of scent that I feel like it's me when I'm wearing it. So this was not the winner of Orange Week either. Now I have a couple of Tocca fragrances that have orange related notes, and one is Stella. This does have blood orange and it has bitter orange, but that's not really what I get from this at all. It always gives me, okay, now I'm seeing now that it doesn't have cinnamon or anything, but it gives me a spicy apple pie. It gives me maybe a spiced orange cake, but still very perfumey and very powdery. That's what I get from this. It's not my favorite, I have to say. Like, I like it, but it's definitely not my favorite. It's very spicy and powdery and perfumey, but it still has citrus. And Tocca Colette has mandarin orange, and this smells like a warm applesauce to me. I don't believe there's a note of apple in it. This is a lot more gentle and floral than Stella and a lot less spicy. But again, I don't think that Colette would be the winner of Orange Week because it doesn't remind me of orange at all. And it's amazing how many perfumes do have a note of orange in them. I mean, I could probably have 100 samples in front of me that wouldn't smell like an orange scent, but have a note of orange somewhere in them, just blended in or just to give it a little freshness. So guys, we have finally reached the top 2 orange samples, and I'm going to spray one on each hand and decide which will be the winner of Orange Week. I do want to give an honorable mention to Clementine, California, because if that was not discontinued, that may have been the winner. I loved that fragrance. So one of these is ultra inexpensive and one of these is fairly expensive. I'm going to start with the inexpensive one. I got my Mix Bar Discovery set out and I saw that there was a scent called Tangerine Squeeze. This one has clementine and pink grapefruit. There's sandalwood, honeysuckle, frangipani, and vetiver. I'm going to spray this on. The type of orange smell that's in here is very fresh, it's very bright, but it's balanced with the honeysuckle and the sandalwood and the vetiver, the frangipani. This is so good, you guys. This may also be discontinued. I'm not sure. Let me just quickly check. It's discontinued. Damn. The thing about this is, even though it's discontinued, I'm sure you could walk into a Winners, a Marshalls, Home Sense, Ross, you know, wherever, Burlington, and find Tangerine Squeeze. This is amazing. I could definitely call this an orange scent for sure. I'm getting that clementine so clearly, but it's not just clementine. It's so balanced. It's so lovely. It's fresh, but it has a little bit of the frangipani is giving it that bouncy bubblegum type of floral, like a very tropical scent. But it's not just it's not just your typical tropical beachy scent. It's definitely clementine centric. It's called Tangerine Squeeze though. This is what's interesting to me. Why would you call it Tangerine Squeeze and it has a note of clementine? That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Love it. Okay, thank God this one is not discontinued. This is Mediterranean Honeysuckle by Arden. And I've told you before that Arden fragrances just seem to work for me usually really well. Oh, okay. This is one of those fragrances that actually puts a vivid image in my mind. And it's blue skies and white clouds. That's what it makes me think of. It's so happy. I definitely get the mandarin orange in Mediterranean Honeysuckle. And you know, wasn't honeysuckle one of the notes in Tangerine Squeeze as well? Let me check. It does, okay. It also has grapefruit. Okay, and the florals in Mediterranean Honeysuckle are a little bit different because it has gardenia, but that's also a tropical floral like the frangipani. These are quite similar. These are very similar. These are so close. Okay, so in my mind, Mediterranean Honeysuckle kept reminding me of blue skies and white fluffy clouds and the happiest day of your life. That's what it's, you know, not to put too much pressure on a perfume to make you feel a certain way or whatever, but this feels like you would wear it on the happiest day of your life. Mediterranean honeysuckle. Now, tangerine squeeze, as it is sitting here, I'm getting more of a zesty type of clementine. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more of the orange scent in tangerine squeeze now. And Mediterranean honeysuckle has gone more floral and clean. It has lily of the valley, so I'm getting that clean feeling from it. Oh my word. I'm honestly gonna say it is a tie between Arden Mediterranean honeysuckle and Mix Bar tangerine squeeze. They do have some similarity, but they're different enough. I'm getting more orange in tangerine squeeze and more floral orangey sweetness in Mediterranean honeysuckle. Definitely third place goes to the discontinued Clementine California by Atelier Cologne. I had a blast doing Orange Week. It didn't end up being my favorite note of all time. I still like it. I love testing them and comparing which ones were more of a juicy orange, which ones had more of the pith and the rind and the bitterness of the orange, which ones were more fresh and juicy, which ones were more concentrated and like orange jello, tangy type of smell. I'm so enjoying this note of the month thing. I hope you guys like it. Throw out some suggestions, you guys, if you have any, if there's anything you'd love to see me do for a note of the month, either in August or in an upcoming month. Before I say goodbye, I took out my liners and I want to try these oranges, clementines, and mandarins. Tangerine was the one I was hoping to find at the store and I didn't. I feel like those are sweeter and closer to a blood orange. If you know, let me know. I'm gonna start with the navel orange. I feel like these ones are the most mild, don't have such an intense. I get that white part, like the pith, I get the bitterness. So now on to the mandarin. I feel like these are probably best if you peel them, but I really want to cut into it and get like the intense juice smell and see what it smells like. Oh, this smells more to me like, yeah, this has less of the white pithy bitter smell and more just classic orange smell. Fresh, really fresh. Clementine. This sort of is a cross between these two. I'm getting a little bit of each in that. The clementine has a little bit of a darker color than the mandarin. And of course the navel orange is the lightest color. Look at the differences. Okay, I'm gonna do taste test. Navel orange first. It's kind of plain. It's not too exciting. I wish they had a tangerine at the store. Okay, mandarin. That's good. That does have a little bit more flavor to it than the navel orange. Let's go clementine. Okay, this is quite tart. Oh, that's good. Wow. The mandarin is actually the sweetest, I think. Sorry. I'm like a bird eating right out of the orange here. I love the mandarin. The clementine is closer to the navel orange. Now, only if I had a tangerine and a blood orange to compare. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me for my July perfume recap. I really appreciate you taking your time and spending it with me. I hope you had fun doing an orange week with me. I had a blast. I'd love to know what are some of your favorite orange scents, you guys. Let me know. I'd love to hear about them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. My fingers are sticky. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Turn it up. Even the air conditioner isn't keeping up with this heat. I need another fan break. My sister and I took this fan on our trip to Moncton last year on our sister's trip. The air conditioning was gone in my vehicle. And when the air conditioning is out in your vehicle, it's not just that you don't have air conditioning, it's almost, no matter what setting you have it on, it's hotter. It just makes it hotter than it is outside even. So my sister would hold this up to me as I was driving, or she would take turns with it. We called it Fangelina. And yeah, thank you, Fangelina. You're a big help. Was it Fangelina or was it Fangelica? I can't remember. My sister will let me know. I need you again, Fangelina. Fangelica. I'm sweating so much. I just had to put my hair in the back into a ponytail to keep it off my neck. I'm so hot. Okay. Keep going, Tam. You can do this. I got this. Water. I'm parched. Okay. Woo. Thank you, Fangelina.